We bang on Purdue all the time for its lack of defense, and we like EJ Liddell's a good defender. Malachi Branham's a good defender, but Ohio State, are you aware that it's worse defensively? Now, Purdue right now is 102 in the nation, points per possession allowed adjusted. Ohio State, 118, has lost 3 of its past 5, kind of spiraling, loses at home to Nebraska, 78-70. And in the game, Bryce McGowan's was terrific. Liddell had 27. Branham had 16. No one else did anything. They didn't have Zed Key available. Kyle Young only played 8 minutes. So I get that, but you're at home against Nebraska. Bizarre one. And that is a seed line knock to the extreme. Ohio State and Michigan State are really careening off the tracks they thought they were going. And I think OSU with this quad 4 loss, like it's going to have to really do damage in the Big Ten tournament to make up for this and say get to the 5 line. Thoughts on the Buckeyes?
Well, last season they were 4th in offensive efficiency, 82nd in defensive efficiency. They get knocked off in the first round of the NCAA tournament by Oral Roberts. This season, it's like more of the same. They're 12th in offensive efficiency, great, and 118th in defensive efficiency, according to KenPom. Like that's a problem. It's wild because I think it was just last week we were talking about Ohio State, and one of the things I noted is that, since the second game of the season, they had been between 13th and 24th at KenPom the entire season. Never higher than 13th, never lower than 24th. Had never lost back-to-back Big Ten games. Had never won more than 2 Big Ten games in a row. So they had done nothing that makes us say, hey, we need to talk about Ohio State. They hadn't gone on some wild winning streak that makes you go, oh boy, where is this team headed? They hadn't gone on some wild losing streak that makes you go, oh man, what's wrong with this team? They had just sort of, win a few, lose one, win a few, lose one, win a few, lose one. And then they had a chance heading into this past weekend to sort of break that pattern because they had beaten Indiana, they had won at Illinois, and then they were playing at Maryland. Maryland's coach quit in December. I just think if you're playing a team whose coach quit, just said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. You should be able to beat that team if you're a legitimate top 25 team. So they were about to win 3 Big Ten games in a row for the first time this season. And then they lose to Maryland by 15. And then they back it up with a home loss to Nebraska? What? I mean, this team had nothing outside of the first 2 quadrants negative. And then they go out and I believe last night the loss to Nebraska was a quadrant 4.
I said that.
but I'm just trying to politely correct you.
Oh, okay.
As of this morning, it's a quadrant 3 because Nebraska.
Oh, it is? Okay. Well, there.
Nebraska moved.
I need one for me.
I was wrong.
That's me. I need to get that on the board, and I will. Because you know what?
I was wrong.
Sorry about that.
Because Nebraska moved up to 148th in the net. So now, like when I went to bed, it looked real bad. It was a quadrant 4. Woke up, it's a quadrant 3, but still, you can't lose a game like that at home. And to your point about Bryce McGowan, he was awesome. But like I handled the highlight on this last night. The way we typically do this throughout the night, whether it's half times and then inside college basketball, is like if you get a highlight early, just keep that highlight throughout the night because you get more familiar with it the more times you see it, and just makes the job easier. It's smart producing, if you don't mind me saying. And so I had Ohio State Nebraska highlight, and it was like Bryce McGowan's just straight line drives from 25 feet straight to the rim. It's like, how does he just go straight? Like, you watch NBA games, and it's like John Morant's got to go over here, back here, bounce, bounce, bounce. He's at the rim, dunk on Jakob Poeltl. Like this dude, Bryce McGowan's was just it looked like I could have got to the rim. I mean, he was just going straight to the rim with zero resistance from anybody. Play after play after play. Like, he's awesome. He ain't that awesome. So, like, can somebody stand in front of him? Just one person make him go left or right, straight to the rim, over and over again.
Good on Nebraska. You needed something, so at least you got a little positivity heading into March there. Ohio State We'll see if
How to Successfully Live with Poor Perimeter Defenders. Write that book.